Sweet home Alabama, burning in now. Sweet home Alabama, burning. Every time I see this sign, when I've been to Alabama quite a few times, and every time I see this sign, that's the song that comes to my head, man, for real. I can't even remember who sang that song, but I bet you somebody in the comment section know. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I started taking some advice from Santee Walden. Like, Coach, man, you need to start looking. You need to watch the news a little bit more, Coach. And you got to keep up what's going on in the world. So I said, okay, I'm gonna commit myself this week to watching the news. I said that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm not gonna do that no more. It's just I can't. Watching the news, man, is really depressing. Like it really is. And it's like, man, I can't sit here and watch the news every day. I can't do it, man. I can't. I can't. I pick up news here and there on YouTube, but it's sitting down in front of a television set and watch it. Nah. Nope. Just not gonna happen. Because now everybody understand what's going on with Walt Harris and his missing stepdaughter. She's still missing. And I started looking, man, in the state of Alabama, and another young girl named Bailey Wall. She was shot in the head. But, her and her so-called boyfriend, they were there, trying to rob a motel. And I don't know if y'all heard about this story, but, that one was a karma kill. You in there trying to rob a motel and, it came back on you. And I always tell y'all, what I always tell you guys, that when young people, sometimes it's good for these young people to learn the hard way. But sometimes it's not good for them to learn the hard way, because when young people are learning the hard way, sometimes they might learn a lesson, but they might not live long enough to learn anything from the lesson. They might not live long enough to learn the lesson. And folks, that's just the way that is. That's just the way that is. That's how it works. And and sometimes you do kind of, you feel bad, for people, that young people, they never got the opportunity to learn a lesson. But when I started looking at murders in the state of Alabama, like a lot in 2019. But y'all, what I'm starting to notice? These murders. A lot of these murders of murder or missing people, they're young girls between the ages of 18 and 21. Okay, and in Alabama, it's like it's really like overabundant, like it's happening a lot. And I sat back and I'm like, dang, what's the deal with all these murders in Alabama? Like, what's the deal? Like, is Alabama like the organ harvesting, capital of the world? Like, what is it? Because Alabama, they don't have that many huge towns in Alabama. They got a few. But you got Birmingham, you got Auburn, but it's not like a lot of big towns in Alabama. You got Birmingham. I mean, that's it. Like the rest of the towns, they're like small towns. They're very small towns. So, what's going on in Alabama, y'all? Like, and I start thinking that, man, it must be like a veil of evil over the whole state, because, these young girls that turned up missing. And guys, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, organ harvesting and sex trafficking, it comes to my mind. And if you don't believe that that's real, then, you're asleep. You are asleep if you don't believe that organ harvesting and sex trafficking ain't real. It's very real. There are young girls here, man, in America, getting kidnapped every day and sold into slavery so they can sex traffic. Guys, I can't lie about this. Like, it was a young girl here in my city. Missing. And then, on the news, like somebody reported that they happened to see the girl. They happened to see the girl with some older guy. And I'm telling y'all, okay? It's real. It's real. And then there was another dude, another like 15-year-old, like turned up and she was missing. And then, they seen the dude, what he did, man. And these dudes that take these girls, they stupid. They do like lewd and cruel acts with them, and then they post it up on like porno sites. But they put it up on porno sites, and they caught the dude. They caught him. They caught him through a porn website. Folks, it's crazy. And see, and these guys, they're so dumb because they don't think that the police, you don't think that they're going to be looking at those sites trying to find those girls. Like, it's crazy, man. But they did. And, of course, guy got arrested, and, the girl got returned back to her parents. So sex trafficking is real, y'all. It's real. But I noticed in Alabama, the 18 to 21-year-old, females, they're being murdered or they're being kidnapped. Or they're just missing it and they ain't found them. Man, I don't know. It's almost like now, y'all, when they keep saying it's the end times, like the end is near, man, I believe that. Because, man, it's just a lot of stuff that's evil. And you even have people, man, that celebrate when people do evil things. Like, they sitting there celebrating it. Just like when James Ali Bashir got punched in the back of the head. He got sucker punched. You had dudes, you had grown men here. Oh, man, well, it's the code. It's the code in these streets. Man, you get to the code and, you got to deal with that, man. You can't just go around here. You got to be aware of where you be, like dudes saying that kind of dumb, goofy stuff. And I'm sitting here like, yo, what's up with these dudes? Like, y'all ain't got no elderly, man. I mean, and it's crazy. Because elderly people, they talk a good game. They talk a lot of junk. They get to their age, and that's what old people do. That's what old people do. They try your face. But you don't go around abusing. But you had dudes, like I'm talking about dudes literally celebrating this. And I said, God, dog, are you serious? Dudes literally celebrating this. Unbelievable, y'all. Unfreaking believable. And then and people, trying to justify. Well, guys, it's world evil. But I guess it's a lot of evil in Alabama, man, that's going down. A lot of evil. And if you think about Alabama and its history, you definitely got to wonder, man. A lot of stuff happened in Alabama back in the past. A lot happened. A lot of evil, very sinister things happened in the state of Alabama. It's got a long history of doing like mass murders. Okay, killings, hangings, lynchings. Stuff's all there, I don't know. I think if you're an 18 to 21-year-old female, you better make darn sure, if you're in the state of Alabama, better make sure you're not anywhere going by yourself. And if you go out somewhere, you better let somebody know where you at, or you better go with somebody, because chances are you leave your house in the state of Alabama at that age, you might not come back home. And that, it's just the way that is.